every cell that we have in our body has some specific things which perform specific functions for the survival of the cell. Now obviously every cell, every tissue, every organism needs some kind of energy, and that energy is provided by some intranuclear organelles, what we can say the cellular organelles. Now all these cellular organelles are present inside the nucleus, that is the very core of the cell. Now these organelles could be, number one, it could be the mitochondria, which is very essential as it provides the energy, the basic energy for the cell to survive. Had there been no mitochondria, there is no ATP, that is the adenosine triphosphate. And adenosine triphosphate basically provides energy to the cell, and therefore it survives. Now if there is no mitochondria, then there is no energy. If there is no ribosome, let's suppose, which is another cell organelle, there is no protein formation, since the ribosome is the basic site for protein synthesis. Now obviously the proteins, the energy, all these kind of elements, basic elements, are responsible for the basic survival of every cell. Just the way if we do not get proteins, if we do not get energy, how will we survive? So every cell needs these these organelles and these elements like proteins and energy. But we have blood here in our system. Blood is present in almost all the animals, all the human beings. But there is something different about the RBCs, that is a red blood cell or erythrocyte in the language of biology or science. Now, blood has RBCs, which gives it obviously the red color, the characteristic red color. Now, red blood cells have no nucleus, we know that. But the question must arise in the seekers of science, in the followers of science, those people who study science, be it a student who is listening to his teacher in a classroom, or maybe a student who is studying, or maybe even any student, like even who is studying at the higher level. Everyone must think that how can RBC survive when it doesn't have a nucleus? It doesn't have a nucleus, that means it does not have cellular organelles. And since it does not have cellular organelles, that means that there will be no protein synthesis, there will be no energy. So how does it survive? This is the question. So the answer to this is that the RBCs take the energy from the glucose or the sugar that is present in the blood, because we know that sugar is present in blood, right? It flows through the bloodstream in our blood vessels. So it utilizes the sugars in the blood, as obviously sugars give energy, it's glucose after all. So it utilizes energy from the blood sugar, as it has the enzymes, it has certain enzymes which can take up and utilize energy from blood glucose. So this was a small video, a small scientific video, you can say, a very small logical, scientific, medical proven fact that RBC, which is also a cell, but since it doesn't have a nucleus, there is a question which must come in our mind as a student of science. If we study science, we must think how RBC lives. And also we know one thing more I would like to add at the end of the video, that RBCs live only up to 120 days. That means almost approximately, 4 months. So RBCs live for 4 months. So why only 4 months? The reason is that RBCs can take their energy from blood glucose, and they slowly, they gradually just, they just faint and they become dead as they take energy from the blood glucose for 4 months. And as their capacity just finishes off, they just die and they are stored in the graveyard of RBC known as spleen. So this was a basic thing. Hope you'll like it, and if you do, then leave your comments, and thank you for watching.